I'm a professional comic book artist and writer. I'm going to catch you up on the MCU's Captain America. I will compress almost 14 hours of Captain America movies and TV shows to around 10 minutes.
Let's go.
Established in the comic books before them, the new Captain America, Sam Wilson, is a visually dynamic fusion of Tony Stark and Steve Rogers. But Sam doesn't have a suit of armor or super soldier serum. He is a normal man in a winged exosuit armed with cool gadgets and a single point of protection, a familiar vibranium shield, while he pulls death-defying aerial missions and goes up against super soldiers and worse. To truly understand the new Captain America, Sam Wilson, we're going to understand the legacy of Steve Rogers, their friendship, and why Steve gave Sam the shield, why Sam gave it up, and then why he took it back to finally become the new Captain America. My name is Jason Badow, and welcome to the panel where we look at the world through the frame of the comic book. Steve Rogers' story is about absolute power not corrupting absolutely, but instead enabling him to fight the corruption of power in others. Steve also pathologically must do the right thing.
There are men laying down their lives. I got no right to do any less than them.
Even if it means breaking enlistment laws as a well-under-average man with a laundry list of health ailments.
Sorry, son. Look, just give me a chance.
But Steve's perseverance caught the eye of
Dr. Abraham Erskine.
Saw Steve's intelligence and heart, and how this relentless man
Don't know when to give up, do you?
I can do this all day.
won the respect of the commanding officers and MI6 agent Peggy Carter.
I don't want to kill anyone. I don't like bullies.
Dr. Erskine chose Steve for his super soldier serum, a serum that will haunt both Steve Rogers and Sam Wilson's lives and legacies. The key thing to know about the super soldier serum is that it magnifies not just your strength, speed, and durability, but it also magnifies whatever is inside you, good or bad.
Promise me one thing.
That you will stay who you are.
Not a perfect soldier, but a good man.
As Captain America, Steve goes from a national mascot to the front lines as a national hero. During World War II, Steve fought a shadowy organization known as Hydra. They had been conducting tests on American POWs, including Steve's best friend and fellow soldier, Bucky Barnes. In a later operation against Hydra, Bucky fell to his death, and Steve's final action in World War II was to sacrifice himself to save New York.
You're gonna need a rain check on that dance.
All right.
I'd hate to step on your...
Steve? Steve?
You've been asleep, Cap, for almost 70 years.
Frozen and miraculously alive thanks to the super soldier serum, but he had lost his world.
I had a date.
Recruited by S.H.I.E.L.D. into the Avengers, a gathering of extraordinary individuals, Steve initially found himself alone in his values.
You're not the guy to make the sacrifice play, to lay down on a wire and let the other guy crawl over you.
In the Battle of New York, the Avengers and Captain America defeated Thanos' forces, and Steve rose to become a respected leader.
You need men in these buildings. Why the hell should I take orders from you? I need men in those buildings.
Whose actions inspired even the most seemingly selfish Avenger to sacrifice.
What just happened? Please tell me nobody kissed me.
We won.
All right, hey. All right, good job, guys.
Years later, and training at the National Mall,
On your left. Uh-huh, on my left. Don't say it. Don't you say
On
it.
your left.
Come on!
Steve Rogers met
58th Pararescue, Sam Wilson.
Steve Rogers.
and Veteran Affairs Support Group leader.
Some stuff you leave there, other stuff you bring back.
The two connected as they had both lost someone in battle.
You lose someone?
My wingman, Riley.
But while Steve was in the ice, Hydra had completely infiltrated S.H.I.E.L.D. No one knew who could be trusted. Hunted by his fellow S.H.I.E.L.D. agents, Cap was also pursued by Hydra's brainwashed super assassin, the Winter Soldier, who turned out to be Steve's long-lost friend they experimented on.
Bucky?
Who the hell is Bucky? I'm with you to the end of the line, pal.
On the run, Steve needed refuge and turned to Sam Wilson. Sam not only sheltered them, but joined them, as Sam was a pilot of experimental suit of armored wings, the Falcon unit. During the battle, Steve refused to give up on his brainwashed friend.
Your name is James Buchanan Barnes. I'm not gonna fight you. Then finish it, because I'm with you to the end of the line.
Enough so that the Hydra assassin saved Steve's life before disappearing. Steve and Sam took down Hydra and dismantled S.H.I.E.L.D.
How do we know the good guys from the bad guys? If they're shooting at you, they're bad.
And while Cap was focused on the Avengers, Sam tried to find Bucky, admiring him from afar.
Avenging is your world. Your world is crazy.
When the Avengers are confronted to either register with the UN or retire, Steve responds,
If we sign this, we surrender our right to choose. What if this panel sends us somewhere we don't think we should go? What if there's somewhere we need to go and they don't let us?
because the UN considers the Avengers living weapons.
Tell me, Captain, do you know where Thor and Banner are right now? If I misplaced a couple of 30 megaton nukes, you can bet there'd be consequences.
And Sam then asks,
So let's say we agree to this thing. How long is it going to be before they LoJack us like a bunch of common criminals?
but Baron Helmut Zemo, a man who had lost his family in a superhuman Avengers incident, decided to end all super soldiers. He tore the Avengers apart by revealing that one of Bucky's brainwashed assassinations was Tony Stark's parents. In aiding Steve and Sam, Peggy's niece, CIA agent Sharon Carter, was forced to go on the run. Sam was also caught and imprisoned, but later rescued by Steve. They left Bucky to recover in Wakanda while Steve and Sam went on the run for 2 years. But Thanos, rallying from New York, wanted to unite the Infinity Stones to halve the universe's populations, but the last stone was protected by the Avengers. Their failure led to Sam and half the world's population being turned to dust. 10 years later, the world became one nation united by grief. Steve followed in Sam's footsteps and led a support group. In a desperate time heist, Captain America and the Avengers pulled the Infinity Gems from the past and used them to bring everyone back, including
Captain Sam, on your left.
for a gigantic battle where Thanos was defeated. After the battle, Steve Rogers volunteered to return the stones to their rightful place in the past, but Steve had changed from a man who would give his life to a man who'd found a reason to live. After the stones were returned, Steve decided to stay 80 years in the past with Peggy Carter and retire. He then lived one day at a time until the present day as an old man. He gave the shield of Captain America to Sam Wilson.
How does it feel?
Like it's someone else's.
It isn't.
And as Steve's journey ends, Sam Wilson's Captain America journey begins. But Sam was burdened by the complications knowingly and unknowingly left by Steve Rogers' legacy. Sam Wilson is now partnered with Joaquin Torres, a US Air Force First Lieutenant. Sam has been doing extraordinary Falcon missions as a government contractor because Sam had donated Captain America's shield to a museum in Steve's honor. Bucky Barnes has been pardoned as trying to make amends for his decades as a brainwashed assassin, and Bucky confronts Sam about giving up the shield.
So maybe he was wrong about you, and if he was wrong about you, then he was wrong about me.
After Thanos, the world has gone back to normal, but those who were dead for 5 years came back to find their houses sold, their jobs lost, and their loved ones having moved on. Even Sam was unable to borrow money to save his family's business, his parents' boat.
You have no income over the last 5 years. I've been gone, like several billion other people.
The Global Relief Council was formed to manage those who had returned, but the Flag Smashers, a group of Robin Hood-like terrorists, wanted to return to
the world. One people!
Sam and Bucky discover the Flag Smashers are all super soldiers and are outnumbered and outmatched. Sam and Bucky team up with the rogue agent Sharon Carter and the man who had torn the Avengers apart, Baron Helmut Zemo. Zemo helps them discover that the serum was commissioned by a mysterious being known as the Power Broker, and the Flag Smashers were their first test subjects, who then stole 20 doses of super soldier serum. But the US government has seized Sam's shield from the museum and anointed a new Captain America, a special forces soldier by the name of John Walker, who is tasked with bringing down the Flag Smashers. Sam will not give up trying to reason with the young terrorist leader, but he's interrupted by John Walker. In the ensuing confrontation, Walker's partner Lamar is accidentally killed and the super soldier serums are destroyed, except for one, which Walker saves and takes, and he kills one of the Flag Smashers in a public display of vengeance. Sam and Bucky take the shield from Walker, but the fight destroys Sam's Falcon suit, and he leaves the wreckage with Joaquin Torres. But John Walker wasn't the US's second super soldier. Bucky introduces Sam to Isaiah Bradley.
You know what they did to me for being a hero? They put my ass in jail for 30 years.
And experimented on by the US government and Hydra. Isaiah insists to Sam,
they will never let a black man be Captain America.
But Sam trains hard and decides to accept the mantle of Captain America.
Yeah, I might fail, but I might die. We built this country, bled for it. I'm not gonna let anybody tell me I can't fight for it.
With a new flight suit from the Wakandans, and together with Bucky, Sharon Carter, and John Walker, Sam Wilson, the new Captain America, stops the Flag Smashers' attack on the New York summit of the Global Relief Council.
Nice job, Cap.
Thanks.
John Walker is discharged from the army and stripped of the title of Captain America, and he becomes the US agent. He will return in the upcoming Thunderbolts movie alongside Bucky Barnes, who has come to peace with what he did while brainwashed as the Winter Soldier. We discover that Sharon Carter is really the power broker, and now with a full pardon is ready to sell US secrets to the highest bidder. As the new Captain America, Sam Wilson has much in common with Steve Rogers. Both men lead with their actions. They stand for what they believe is right and have an endless hope and faith in others. They persistently back their friends and quietly bear the grim consequences of what they believe is the right thing to do, while both avoid being caught up in the machinery of large organizations.
It's run by people with agendas, and agendas change.
The number of people giving me orders is down to about 0.
But where Steve is stoic, Sam will make his opinion known. Where Steve was a man out of time, Sam is a man representing our time.
Now they'll never forget
what you did for this country.
Whereas Steve created the role of Captain America, Sam chose to continue the legacy of Captain America. Sam Wilson will return in Captain America Brave New World, and I, for one, am incredibly excited, so I've grown to really love Sam Wilson. And please, pull up a chair and subscribe, as I'll be doing some tremendous deep dives into Captain America as I break down what makes a great MCU hero, as well as a spoiler-free review, and I'm sure some very deep dives into the movies. If this video was helpful, please consider dropping it a like. That'll keep my vibranium wingsuit flying, as it's a huge help to the channel. Check out my 100% free comic, The Last Son, at jasonbadow.com and watch me draw it live at twitch.tv/jasonbadow. If you want to see the best thing I've ever drawn, please pick up Joker Harley Criminal Sanity at amazon.com, if you can, preferably at a local comic book store. Thank you again, take care of yourself, and if you can, take care of somebody else, and I'll see you in our brave new world.